All right, good morning, man. I am in a okie doke. I'm in Hotel Okie Dokie this morning, y'all. So um just bear with me. Bear with me. All right. All right, good morning, y'all. You know what? I don't want to do it, but I have to. I don't want to do it, but I have to. Y'all, just give me a second, man. I'm bringing unplugged on the feed, of course, and I want to talk about this topic this morning, brought to me um by my woman. All right. Can I turn it? No, I can't. All right. All right. So, all right, we're gonna do our best this morning, man. What's going on, Big? What's going on, Big Chris? All right. So, I am going to talk about this Kirk Franklin thing that's going on. So, what's up, y'all? I got unplugged on the check-in. I got, of course, the hated one on the check-in. I got a lot of individuals watching me on Unplugged. Remember, the link below to Fact Set 100%, aka the hated one, is below the video. That's where I'm at every morning at 11 o'clock. I'm actually out on the road with the trucking thing today. So I'm in a hotel. So I'm doing this makeshift setup right now, but I need about a half an hour of your time. I want to talk about Kirk Franklin. I want to talk about this thing going on with Kirk Franklin. My woman brought it to my attention. She said, check this out. She said, She Cakes News. She called me out. She said, this is She Cakes News. and told me about this Kirk Franklin thing. Now I want to talk about this Kirk Franklin thing. And I want to talk about this Kirk Franklin thing because what we are experiencing now is another father that the world wants to be a woman. Another man is forced to think and act and treat a child like a woman. A child brought their issues out to mainstream media, which is the perspective of what women do. So I'm gonna break that down to you humans right now, what I just said. All right. I heard what I said because I was sitting here when I said it. I just said, like a woman. Come on, man. Wow. Reset. All right. So where was I? Oh yeah. We are at another. We are yet getting another example of a father that society thinks should think like a woman. And no matter what happens, society will not look at how this, society will never ever look at how this issue is being brought to the mainstream media. Family is sacred. But yet we are seeing another example of a child that wants to be the head of the family. And because the child wants to be head of the family and that child is bringing issues that they have with the father, the world goes into crucifixion mode and want to crucify the father. So I want to talk about Kirk Franklin, another dad pressured to think like a bitch. All right, this is just where we at. I got individuals on Unplugged. I got Facebook. I got 3 makeshift things going on right now because I'm not in Todd Smith Studios. So y'all gonna have to forgive me. But I just had to jump on this thing before I jump on the road and get out of her this morning. Before I get out of her this morning, I want to talk about this thing. So check this out. There's a song that was written, and the song goes, dun, 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 dun. I'll always love my mama. She brought me in this world. If you listen to that song by the Intruders, you'll notice that they make a reference to Pop, and then it says, well, what about Pop? Oh, Pop wasn't here right now. Pop was doing his shit. Pop, and they just blow Pop off. Now let's talk about the Temptations. The Temptations did a song about fathers. Dun, 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 dun. It was the 3rd of September. Papa was a rolling stone, my son. It was not good. But only Nerdmatics, president and founder, by yours truly, only I can dissect that song, Papa was a Rolling Stone, and say something about the song don't make no sense. Example, if you listen to Papa was a Rolling Stone, it said, some said Papa used to beg, borrow, and steal to pay his bills. So you dogging out the father. But, you write the song and it says, Papa used to beg, borrow, and steal to pay his bills. People, I don't know a bum that pay their bills. Every other facet of Papa Rosa Rolling Stone is dogging the father. But that one little lyric, that one little verse in the song, I'm listening to the song and I said, that doesn't make any sense. So let's talk about Mr. Kirk Franklin, y'all. Appreciate you for being here. Honestly, man, you could have been anywhere else in the world. People, I'm out on the road right now. I done got with this trucking company, so they put me up in a hotel. So I'm makeshift this morning. I'm holding one camera. I'm holding this phone with Unplugged. I got this phone here with Facebook, and I got a whole bunch of stuff going on, of course. I got the hated one, faxed at 100% directly in front of me. So I'm makeshift this morning. And trust me, I'm telling you, I'm makeshift this morning, so bear with me. We're going to talk about Kirk Franklin. People, I'm going to tell you something about a woman. I'm going to tell you something about a woman. Atia LaShawn Bradley is a woman that I had a baby with. You all know that. I say her name. I talk about her. I tell you that I will forever keep my foot up in her ass because she wanted to bring this out to the forum, and I obliged her. People, if you listen to my literature, when I first started in this public arena, I was discreet. I would never talk about my family. I never say her name. Till this date, I never said my child's name, and I never will, because it's all about Atia LaShawn Bradley. It's all about the woman thinking that she is going to strong arm me to be a head of the family. She thought she was going to say, you know what? I'm going to take you down to the white man. I'm going to take you to the court system. I'm going to do that, and they'll get you to act right. People, I'm going to tell you something about what happened to me when I was married to my wife. Now, I respect my wife, my ex-wife, excuse me, so I will never say her name. For those that don't know, if I don't respect you, I'm going to say your name. If I respect you, I will make reference to what happened, but I won't say your name. The two individuals that I don't respect, Atia LaShawn Bradley, Crystal Holman. Now I need y'all to follow me this morning, all right? Appreciate those thumbs up, man. Stop fucking with me. I was in the military, and that was the first exposure that I got to a woman taking issues outside y'all family to be resolved under the context of you are the authority, I'm going to go above your head. Whenever you find yourself as a father standing in front of somebody explaining to them your actions as the leader of your family, that is something you need to abort. I'll get back to that. So I get called to the orderly room. I get dogged out by my first sergeant. He tells me dismissed. I said, wait a minute, Top. I need to tell you my side. I said, listen, this. And by the time I got done, he leaned back in his chair. He said, I hope you don't mind me asking, but is your wife on drugs? So why, when I explained to my first sergeant the actions of my wife, I was then asked, well, that's kind of crazy. Is your wife on any type of drugs? People, let me remind you of one Mr. Curtis Jackson. Curtis Jackson was being a great father to his child, Marquise. Curtis 50 Cent Jackson had his child's mom in a house that he paid for. And in addition to that, Curtis 50 Cent Jackson was giving his child's mom $500,000 a year. 50 Cent, aka Curtis Jackson, then got that deal with Vitamin Water and got a big payday. But being the typical woman of color, a Shaquita, this individual was listening to her friends, of course, and said, girl, fuck that $500,000. That nigga only giving you $500,000? He only giving you $500,000? Girl, go get that Vitamin Water money. So Curtis 50 Cent Jackson, child's mom, Marquise, took 50 Cent down for child support. Living in a house rent-free and $500,000 a year was not good enough. So she took 50 Cent down to court. Now, for those that don't know, child support maxed out at $80,000 a year. It doesn't matter how much you make. Don't get confused by what a married woman gets. When you're married, child support is different. But if you just a pop off, if you let that dude hit you off with a creamy beard, if you let that dude shoot a load on your face, you only getting $80,000 a year if the man make adequate money. But Curtis 50 Cent Jackson, Marquise's mom, took advantage of an attorney that made claims, I can get you his money. Nope, I can get you his money. No, we can. Went to court and got a $420,000 decrease. That's when Curtis 50 Cent Jackson burned down the house. Remember, he burnt that house down. I don't know if he made mention to it publicly, but he did an interview and said, no, you wasn't going to live in that house. He was like, whatever. Well, you wasn't going to live in that house. Did you make a claim on the thing? No, I did not. Hint, hint. All right, now I need y'all to follow me. Marquise, later on, now is publicly dogging out 50 Cent. I only got 300 pairs of shoes. Now took on the estrogen role of mommy. The son is now acting like a mommy, acting like a woman, and now running to the courts of public opinion. Men sit down and resolve issues. We don't run to the public media trying to get everybody's side, trying to get get everybody to. That's what women do. That's a bitch move. Now let's talk about Kirk Franklin's son. Kirk Franklin's son is a 30-plus-year-old man. Recorded his father making claims, if you keep fucking with me, I'm going to put foots to you. That's how a man talk. But Kirk Franklin, because he's into the religious arena, Kirk Franklin is supposed to be mega bitch number one. Now check out how I help y'all understand what I just said. I do always tell y'all, and I heard what y'all said because I be sitting down when I say it. I be right there when I say it. I told y'all, you guys will allow a woman to work at a Fortune 500 company. You allow a woman to have a good job. You will allow a woman to have a big house. And then you will allow a woman to tell you all these things, how I'm strong, how I'm a queen. Yeah, you do. You. Yeah, you do. Shut up. Shut boy, I order. Yeah, you do. You will allow a woman to tell you all these things. And I sit back and listen to a woman bark off their accolades and yeah, and I did this, I did that, and I did that. And sometimes when they be talking, I'll be like, oh, okay, yeah. Oh, you ain't even listening to me. No, I'm listening. Trust me. I heard this story before. Trust me, I'm listening. Y'all all bark up. I don't know if they be reading a script. Yeah, and I am a strong woman and strolling up and you got to respect me. Laughing with that bullshit. All right. And then I say, yeah, but you're still a woman. You're still a woman. What's going on? I got Mr. Darks up in here. I got Z7. He's up in this mug. I'm going to reach our comments in a second. I got individuals on Facebook. I got Tashawn. What's going on, Tashawn? I got Big Chris Entertainment. He up in this bitch. But y'all allow these women to start. Y'all allow these women to start barking off their accomplishments. Y'all allow women to do that. I'm not trying to hear that. People, let me tell you something. Somebody broke into my apartment some years back. This is a hypothetical. It didn't happen. So to protect my apartment, I go and get a snake. I let the snake loose in my apartment. I'm talking a boa constrictor, big ass snake. And when I open my door, I expect the snake to be curled all up, going, ruff, ruff, ruff. And then after 3 weeks, I take the snake, the big boa constrictor, and I take him back to the thing, and I'll be like, I need something to protect my house, but this snake don't bark. Do you think that the guy that sold me the snake gonna look at me and say, it's a snake, it doesn't bark? I think so. That is the example that I like to give and regurgitate to you guys this morning. When you guys allow individuals to tell you something that they are not, their makeup says otherwise. You're not going to get me to drink some orange juice and then tell me it's lemonade. Oh no, you're not going to do that. You're not going to do that. I'm not going to I'm not going to say, what can I do you for, sir? Yeah, let me get the, how you doing? What's your name? Philippe? Yeah, what's going on, Philippe? Yeah. All right, Philippe, I'll take the steak. Oh yeah, I see I got an R-bone steak. What is that, an R-bone? Yeah, oh, it's like a T-bone, but it's an R? Okay, I'll take the R-bone steak and the baked peanut butter and jelly sandwich and the boiled cornflakes. Yeah, I'll take all that. And then he come back and bring me a pizza. And I say, I did not order this. It's not what I ordered. You guys allow individuals to tell you something that they are not. Let's go back to Mr. Kirk Franklin. Kirk Franklin's son pulled the estrogen move. The move that he did had 100% estrogen laced. It was all over it. When my woman told me about the story, I started to get lightheaded. When my woman was telling me the story, I was begging her for mercy. Please stop. When she was telling me the story, I was like, well, please, honey, I thought you loved me. What? Why are you telling me this? You said Kirk Franklin's son? No, that's more like his daughter. That's more like his daughter. So Kirk Franklin's son puts his father in a position to regurgitate some words like, you keep fucking with me, I'm going to put foots up in you. Records it, runs to the media, and the world is ready to crucify a father. Let me go left for a second. I'm going to drop some harsh words down to you guys for a second, all right? I'm broadcasting on 3 different venues right now. I'm going to drop some facts on you for a second. I'm going to drop some facts at 100%. I'm about to be unplugged, and I'm about to tell you some stuff face-to-face. I got Facebook unplugged, and I got the hated one up in this. All right, so just check this out. Let me go left for a second. People, you driving in your car. You come up to a toll booth. You see 2-wheel axle vehicles, toll is $3. You just happen to have $3. You go to the toll booth, you hand the lady $3. She say, no, it's going to be $20. You say, no, the sign says $3. You hear the next person in the toll booth next to you. Here you go, $3. Thank you. You're like, hey, they just paid $3. But you're sitting up there at that toll booth and you're now negotiating something that was set. You're negotiating a fee that was set when you was riding up to the toll booth. Mm-hmm. When you was riding, you was bouncing, baby. You riding up to the toll booth, and you seen toll booths $3. But you at your toll booth and you negotiating $20. That's what you fathers are doing. 1 second of you negotiating being a father. Just go down to the local store and buy you some fucking panties. You need to be a panty purchaser. You do. People, I'm going to tell you something. From example, 11 and a half years, I negotiated being a father like an idiot. 2 years before I finally said, my daughter is starting to fondle with my bunhole. Because ain't nobody fondling with my bunhole. My bunhole is off limits, goddammit. You ain't playing with my bunhole. I'm laughing at something else. 2 and a half years, before I finally said, you know what, I'm not doing this no more. My dad, the one that taught me, that gave me the DNA to all that I am today, told me everything that was going to happen. And when he told me, I said, no, it ain't. I got individuals checking me out. You can check me out on Unplugged, man. The link is below. Facts at 100%. The link is below the video. Stop going with me on Unplugged. Yeah, go with me. All right. I'm there every day at 11 a.m. 2.5 years before I finally said enough is enough. My dad died in 2008. And the words that he said to me, I'm sorry, he said it to me 4 years prior. The words that my dad recited to me, everything that he said came true. People, it's the reason why society wants you as a man to negotiate your authority, but not negotiate your providing. They want your providing to go up. They want your authority to come down. It goes hand in hand. You will never find a coin with double on each. Excuse me. You'll never find a coin with tails on both sides of the coin. You'll never find a coin with heads on both sides of the coin. Up the authority, up the providing, the authority goes up with it. That's how it goes. You guys need to stop running around here acting like being a man is a crime. It's not a crime. It's not a crime. I'm telling you guys, from example, 11.5 years, I did not know who the fuck I was. In order to deal with a woman, you must be emotional. You must be a bitch. You must not be a man. In order to deal with a woman, you must go into their arena and be like them. I gave the analogy earlier, you can't buy a snake, put it in your house and expect it to bark. So why are you putting yourself in an arena where they prefer that you act like a woman? Show me that coin. Show me that coin. That coin doesn't exist. So for 11.5 years, I fought with Tia LaShawn Bradley. And then the last year, I'm now fighting with her daughter. People, I'm going to tell you something. A woman will sit down there and always follow the protocol. Let me back that up. Your daughter will follow the protocol of her mother. And guess what? She will treat men like that too in her life. The best thing you can do to your daughter is be like, look here. So I asked you to do that and you didn't do it. Okay. Pull out your money. And if they got brothers and sisters to say, here's $20, go buy you something. Here's $20, go buy you something. Your ass can stay right there. You don't want to listen? I'm going to show you how dads do. I don't know what your mom told you, but this is how we do it over here. Blah, 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 blah. Save the shit for the niggas trying to fuck you. I'm your father. If I can say anything to my daughter today, I'm like, look, I don't know what the fuck you thought. I'm your father. I would never dream of disrespecting my father the way my daughter did me. And she did it so casually. That's what fucked me up. That sent me into a quagmire. When it finally was revealed the way my daughter was just blatantly, treat me like I was a piece of shit. I could not make the correlation between how much I loved my dad. Listen, when me and my dad had issues, I told him about the issues. I went 17 years and didn't speak to my dad. 17. Let me say that again. I went 17 years and didn't speak to my dad. But I didn't just stop speaking to him. I told him. I wrote a letter. I sent it to my grandmother. I said, give this to my dad. And in that letter, I said, you failed at being a father, blah, 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 blah. You put everything else before us. It wasn't about me. It was how he treated the family. I said, when I see you, I will call you Todd. I will not call you Dad. People, I'm here to tell you, that was the biggest mistake of my life. You know why? Because if my dad wouldn't have called me in 2005, I still would be dealing with the Tia LaShawn Bradley. I would be wearing panties. I'd probably have nail polish on. I'd probably be like, y'all so crazy. Y'all crazy. Mr. Dark's up in here. Mr. Darks, we should meet. For real. These are facts. I'm only kicking facts. When me and my dad hooked back up in 2005, I swear to God, man, yo, my dad broke shit down to me, and that mug recalibrated my man mind like only a man can do. When you mess around and you listen to this Kirk Franklin story and you want to sit down there and pass judgment on a man talking to his son, only a woman to sit down there and be like he wrong. Only society will sit down there and be like he wrong. No, I would be in jail telling the story. And then what happened after that, Mr. Franklin? Mr. Franklin, hurry up. Lockdown is at 9 o'clock. Okay. When he said that to me, I put my foot up in his ass. I put foots in him. And that's the foot that you had surgery on. Yes, that's the foot I had surgery on. That's how it'd go with me. You ain't getting verbals with me. You talk to me like a man, I'm putting foots up in you. Facts. You got a daughter, leave her ass alone. Do not negotiate manhood with your daughter. Because I'm going to tell you something. I'm going to tell y'all something here today. Let me date stamp this. I'm going to tell y'all something here today on March the 18th, 2021. My daughter watching me negotiate with her mom is the worst thing you could ever show a child. If you're dealing with the child and you're fighting the protocol of the mother, let me back that up. Let me say it again. Let me say it again. Hold on. Sorry about that, unplugged. Excuse me. If you're dealing with your child and she has one first of all, let me tell you something. I don't know if this man live in the same house as his father, as Kirk. But anytime a child doesn't live in the same house as a father, you're not the father you think you are. You're not. I know it hurts. It hurts. You got to be a stand back father. When you don't live in the same house as your children, you got to be, when your children come around you, you got to step back and be like, you got to be more observant than be a father. Yeah. Step back. Be observant. Let them lead. They start off with bull. You continue with the bull. You don't sit down there and insert, you want to go to the movies. You want to go out to eat. You want ice cream. You want this, you want that. You slipping, baby. Oh, you leaning, baby. Oh, you leaning, baby. Yeah, you leaning, baby. Don't do that. Don't do that. People, I'm going to tell you something, what I noticed. You can always tell the weekend dads. Shout outs to my man, Jerry. Shout outs to my man, Jerry Crawford, who wrote the book, Weekend Dads. Salute to you, my man. You can always tell the weekend dads when I went to Walmart. You know why? Because the weekend dads, their kid was just walking around pointing at stuff. And he said, and the kid said, I want, and pointed. I want. You can always tell the kids that lived in a house with their dads because the kid was just walking behind their father, just happy to be with daddy and knew to shut the fuck up. No, you ain't getting that. No, put that goddamn thing back. What you ass need to do, you need to take your ass and go get some damn vegetables. I'm tired of you eating candy. Tired of you eating candy all the damn time. You gotta get your grades all fucked up. You can tell. 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 And the problem with a lot of fathers when they get around their children, they overcompensate. When you're dealing with a child that don't live in the same house with you, you're on a different protocol. You're not the father. Simply said, take heed to the definition of what you are. You are a non-custodial dad. So be a non-custodial dad. Sit down there. Let me say this. Let me say this. You're a non-custodial dad, be a non-custodial dad. Stop sitting down there trying to overcompensate. People, I'm going to tell you something. I got off topic. I veered left, too left. I told you the worst thing that I did was I fought my child. I fought my child's mom how to be a father. I indirectly showed my daughter my true worth. I did that. When I showed my daughter me fighting to be a father, she only know dads as a person that's fighting the authority of the mother. Therefore, the mother have the authority. That's all I did. And I'm telling y'all, that's a road you will never recover from. And let me just say this. You'll recover from that road once the child is out of the tutelage of the mother and you disowned your child. People, I'm going to break this down and then I'm going to get out of here. There are men, let me just say this. A father's job is to provide and protect. When you're a non-custodial dad, they strip you of the protection and just want you to be the provider. That right there is a wobbled wheel. That's like taking two wheels off of a car and it's still expecting it to drive. It ain't. I mean, it'll drive if you're going to be driving on the rotors and you're not going to get far. And if you got disc brakes in the back, drum brakes in the back, you can forget about it. Another story. You're not going to get far. The vehicle's operation, the true term for what I'm saying is the vehicle's true operation has been compromised. We navigate ourselves through life and we do not apply proper terminology to the situation. If I'm on a mission, if I was over in Desert Storm and they said, advance forward, left flank, right flank, advance forward. And then whoever's leading the thing says, pull back, all back, mission compromised. When they say mission compromised, you now go into an old sweat, back up. We've been compromised. Compromise means exposed. Your enemy or the opposing party now is aware of your intentions. You will lose. If this was a game of chess, just go ahead and just surrender. A lot of you individuals, you don't understand that when you're trying to be a father, the fact that you're trying, being a father is compromised. Being a father is compromised. It's compromised. It's now in the record books. The child that I fathered now knows that her mother is the boss. Kirk Franklin's son, his son, is now on the protocol of a woman. That's something a woman does. Society has told individuals that no matter what, you can bring a man up on charges publicly in a court of public opinion. In addition to that, a black man, forget about it. So let me just talk. Let me end it with this. In the black community, women are in charge. In the black community, women are in charge. That's just the way it is. In the white community, white men are in charge. A white man will disown his son. A white man will not allow the fact that he is a father and his role, his position in his family to be compromised. He will always be in control. He will always be the leader. A white woman will not fight him for that. So how do you compromise? How do you counter? You have to counter. People, if you maneuver everything in life like the military. The military, let's go deeper than that. Let's go, pun intended, a submarine. How many times have you watched the submarine show? The most exciting part of a submarine movie is when a torpedo is in the water, right? And what you hear is Con sonar, torpedo in the water bang, 258. And the captain goes into the whole thing. He picks up his clock and he'd be like, right counter, right full rudder, right full rudder. You hear the chief of the boat repeating the captain's command. Right full rudder, and the captain release countermeasures. When he said release countermeasures, he hit a stopwatch. Releasing countermeasures, starboard mechanism 2 and 4, and he's now countering that torpedo in the water. And that's what you have to do. I have yet to meet a father that truly countered his position once exposed in this god-awful position of being the enemy of his family. So allow me. And I know it's going to be hard. I know. My man Big Chris said, he said, protecting my seed from the womb of a black woman was the best decision I've ever made. Wow. I heard some comments before, but that one, I have to screenshot, makes the case. I've never heard that. I've never heard that perspective before. Big Chris, you can also check me out on Facts at 100%. The link is below the video. Every day at 11 o'clock, I release. I had to do it early today because I'm on the road. People, there was a song in 1989 made by the group Soul to Soul. And it is, however you want me, however do you need me? However do you want me? However do you need me? I'm gonna end this thing this morning by saying this. They want you to be weak. They need you to be weak. They want to compromise your manhood. When they do that, they will best deal with you. But here's the flip side to that. Once that happens, you are no longer who you are. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Have a great day, y'all.